I knew Big Al very well, very well. I couldn't make the studio that day for some reason. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't make the studio session. So we wound up and AG found out AG didn't even go. So it was just Lord Finesse and Big Al. But I wish it was like, yo, if you could just sing your verse, so it just didn't happen. But it wound up just him and Lord Finesse, Big Al and Lord Finesse on the remix. You know what I'm saying? But No Love Lost, you know what I'm saying? It's still a great song. I wish I could have been on that, but I did know Big Al very well. Before I moved out to Cali, I lived actually in Harlem for years, like 10 years, and I lived a few blocks away from Big Al. Big Al knew that. He knew where I lived, and Herb McGruff too. They knew, but I was always hanging in the Bronx because that's where I was from. So I could just walk over the bridge and be right into the Bronx, one train stop away from where I lived at in Harlem, near the Harlem Hospital. So in the Avenue area. So that's what it was. So Big Al used to always tell me, yeah, I should tell Finesse. When I got the quotable in the Source magazine, when he finally met me, he met me at a show. I think it was called the Ritz in New York. It was the first time I met him. Was at a show called the Ritz. The venue was called the Ritz. But on the lineup was Lord Finesse, Showbiz and AG, X Clan, Gangstar, and there's a few more. But instead of me coming out to do the song that I did with AG and Lord Finesse called Yes You May, he just said, I'm gonna have you come out and just spit a rhyme. And when he had me come out, he had me and Big Al come out together. So I wish that was on video. So I don't have that. And back then, nobody had the phones right now, the videotaping it. But that was my first time meeting Big Al. And he told me then, he's like, yeah, man, I tell him I want to meet Percy. I want to meet him because he was on the remix and I was on the original one that had the quotable. So, once we met, he had my number. He used to call me all the time. Yo, what up, P, man? Let me hear something, spit some bars, whatever. And you know, I went to a few shows, and he had like the video, his video MVP video. I'm actually in that video, but just kind of laying in the background, just chilling. And it's around the scene where they show Kid Capri, and he said something about make you get loose and make your hands clap. And the part of that verse, if you pause the screen, you could kind of see me in the background. I'm actually wearing my glasses and stuff, and my goatee guys is in the front, but you can see my face clearly. So I'm in his video and stuff, but I just wasn't really like out there running with him like that. But yeah, I knew him very well, big guy.
Wow, that's phenomenal, man. That's amazing. I'm glad you shared that with me. But like you say, you want the quotable and the source because that song, you burnt it down, man. I mean,